Good day, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. It is wonderful to see all of you in chat. Let's dive into some introductions. Hello, everybody. My name is Shawn. I'm a photographer. I'm based in Germany. Wherever you're watching this, hopefully there is a Linktree link within the description, and you can click on it and find me every place I am on the interwebs. Making sure to join my Discord if you would like to take part in the community challenge Power in Art for a chance to win a 12-month all-app Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. That's a mouthful. We'll talk about it more in a moment. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, feel free to subscribe, like, follow, all those things that help me out. If you do have a Behance page, you can subscribe to me from there, or you can buy me a cup of Joe. Let's jump over into the Discord. So very quickly, this was from yesterday's stream, a quick little poster for Flower Power. I kind of dig how it turned out using one of my own photos in Illustrator. Oh, come on, YouTube. Sorry about that. YouTube wants to give me ads. Stian, hello. How you doing today, Stian? Hope you're doing well. Caroline, hello. Shawn, how are you? I'm doing okay. I'm fearful that I may be coming down with something. Mrs. Shawn has caught a snotty little cold, and I'm really hoping I don't get it. I only slept 1.5 hours last night, so kind of tired. Ooh, Stian, that's tough. That is tough. So Power in Art. Here is all the insight that you will need to know. We have less than a month left, so start working on your submissions, please. If you want to post work in progress, you can, and I will take a look at them. But the 12-month subscription is brought to you by the Adobe Creative Cloud, or the Community Expert Program. My brain isn't 100% today. It is not. But okay, I think this has been up long enough. So we do have up above my head under challenges the Power in Art. And so yeah, we're gonna dive into it. So the reason I'm streaming on a Wednesday, which is not my normal day, is because I've got some work that I need to get done, and I'm not gonna be able to stream tomorrow or Friday, so I gotta get working on this. Caroline says, I had a sore throat and a cough since Saturday. Bugs, it's getting better now. Good. I hope I don't get it also. I survived Max. I thought for sure I was gonna get sick at Max, and I didn't. I survived Max, and I came home to this. Let's see here. So, what we are working on today, just to give you a background. This is a continuation from Veterans Day. While I was in Oregon, my parents were giving me the lowdown that their Veterans Hall in their village is going to be torn down for a new hall. So with that in mind, my parents wanted to document and possibly make a photo book of the old hall. So they asked me to go in and do some photos, which of course I was happy to do. So what we need to do is we need to get through these photos, we need to cull them, and we're gonna cull them ourselves. I've already used the new assisted culling, but I don't like it. I mean, I love it, but for this project, it doesn't work for me. Anyway, we're gonna cull and we're gonna start editing. and try to get as much done as possible. So we need to first off get some color coding done and seeing which ones that we like. And here comes, let's do, actually, let's do a 3-star color coding. 3-star, not color coding, 3 stars. We'll do 3 stars on this. I was using not my normal gear. I see a reflection of myself right there, which I don't think is going to be too bad. I'm going to do some clean up there. This did not turn out right, unfortunately, so we're going to not use those. And maybe. I'm thinking also for these, as I pass these along, I will be able to, my parents will be able to make the decisions if they wish to use them or not. Oh, I have that one. What's happening there? Okay. It's not looking bad. I like that one. My parents ended up asking me to do some editing. One moment. Do some editing on some images of a World War II veteran who passed away recently. And so they could print them and they were extremely happy with the result, which is always nice. I see ads are going to be starting shortly, so I apologize, but I am going to keep going here. Oh, okay, that is to be a panoramic. Let me see. We've got this one for the panoramic. Let's get that going. Don't know how well this is going to go, but let's do a photo merge panorama. And the good thing is I'm working on my laptop, so it shouldn't slow anything down. No. So, okay. Great question, Caroline. You're saying that it looks quite dark in there, not many windows. Now, for the majority of the time, really all the time, hey, Jan, I shoot dark. I shoot everything dark. Since I'm shooting raw, where'd you go? Since I shoot raw, I know. Where the heck did you go? Did he not put you in the group? Hold on. All photos. Okay. You should be in the Legion group. Ah, there it is. Okay. That needs some work, but that's okay. Let me get back up. For something like this. Okay. So I'm shooting dark. And the reason, and you can tell up here by my histogram, everything is over here to the left, which is the blacks within the histogram. Now, if I go ahead and hit D for our develop, and I am trying to expose this properly, which is going to be something like that. If I'm exposing for the flags, you can see up here what's getting blown out. Like we've got the lights getting blown out, the windows getting blown out. So everything is getting blown out, which is not what we want. So even if, let's reset that. Let's get back down to the bar area. And even here, if we go ahead and we want to expose this properly, and by properly, I'm looking up here at the histogram, which is putting the majority of the spikes, the colors in the middle. I'm blowing out all the lights. So I know that I can open up the shadows, I can open up the dark areas and not worry about blowing anything out since I shoot raw. Let's go ahead and reset that. And it's just kind of one of those, even as dark as I'm shooting, look at that. It's blown out those lights. So that's kind of what I'm aware of, is I need to think about what I can achieve with the lighting that I have. So, okay, where are we? I think we're here. I hope that makes sense, Caroline. I mean, it's obviously a great question. And it's one that needs to be asked for sure. And this is the Knights of Columbus. They share a hall. So yeah, I'm we'll figure it out. Whoa. Oh. Like, what happened? Why is things not working properly? All right, let's see. Like, here is a prime example of shooting for the highlights. Even though you know, you can see here, this is all dark. I want to make sure I get the sky and the clouds in. That's a big thing. I want one of those. Which one do I like better? I think I like that one. See the POW flag there. Okay. It was windy and nasty. And rainy. This was just kind of a break. An HDR going on. Let's just see what we get. Let's grab those three. Let's do a photo merge HDR. Let's merge that. And the cool thing is that you can always do an HDR even if you didn't take it as an HDR. Where did you put my HDR? There you are. I don't know why it threw it all the way up there. Okay. Okay, so I think I've got the basic culling going on. So we're going to go into our attributes. We're going to hit our 3 stars. And let's take a look at how many that we have right now. We can, of course, always change this up a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 42 photos. We may change that a little bit, but we're going to start with that right there. And we're going to go hit D for our develop to begin with. And first off, we need to get into our transformation. And even though these cabinets probably are not straight, we are going to try to make them straight. Maybe the oven could be straight. I don't know. The stove. Could try it. Let's do one more right here. That looks good. Let's get into our basics. And let's grab let's do a Command Z. Now, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing the eyedropper picker, and as you can see, it's saying even at the top, it's tough to see. It says pick a target neutral. So you're looking for a gray. And at the bottom, you've got a red, green, and blue, and it's giving you percentages. So I know with these style lights, we could actually go in. Let's do a Command Z. Since I'm shooting, we could go in and, whoops, not that. We want to go in, we have as shot. We can look at tungsten, which is not tungsten, fluorescent, which these are the old fluorescent bulbs, flash custom. But I like to come in and kind of find a neutral gray like that. I think that is looking better. So first off, we're going to bring down the highlights, make sure that we're not clipping. Let's open up our shadows, and we can actually, I'm not concerned about the clipping of the light at all. We're going to increase our whites, and I like that. I don't, for these type of photos, these are actually trying to, what's the word? Document the haul, kind of even the history of the haul. So I am trying to be as honest as I can be, and I'm not going creative. There's a lot of things. Normally, if this was to be an architectural shoot that you're doing for like sales or something, there's a lot of work that I would be doing to this. But going from that to that, I'm okay. I'm okay with it. We really don't need to do a lot. I'm just trying to make sure, like, if we need to denoise, because I did shoot, well, these, let me get into here. Not giving me, these I shot ISO 100, so they don't need to be denoised. Authentic, is that the word? Yeah, I would say, good call, Caroline. I would say authentic is the word. Is the word. I like that. Again, like I said, I was shooting on a tripod. Let's open up the blacks just a little bit. Okay. I'm good with that. So we are going to move on. Now, at one point, I stopped and okay, to give you a little bit of history. This is a artistic drawing or a computer illustration of what the future haul is going to look like. So it's going to be going from, here's the front of the haul, and I can't remember what year it was built, but the front of the haul, from that to that. So pretty good change. All right. So, and I know I shared this before, but there's my parents up there at the top. Hi, Mom and Dad. Let's get D for develop. Let's get in. And like I said, a lot of this I am trying to knock a lot of this out. We just want to make sure that what we've got is straight. Who knows if that's straight? Ooh, no, Command Z. Let's see if this cabinet is straight. That looks good. Also, I'm looking to see if I want to crop anything out. We have the Oregon State flag back here. We do have a tangent. I could do a quick remove. Grab the remove tool. If I wanted to, we can get rid of that black thing right there. Let's turn off generative AI. Do a little bit of cleaning here. Even though this is probably old. Well, I know it's freaking old. And asbestos and all that other great stuff. But we're just going to do a little bit of cleanup, making it a little nicer. Any major distractions? Ooh, that did a bad job. I'm not going to clean all of it up. They'll say, that's not our table. I don't recognize that. Okay, any other distractions that I'm seeing? Can Lightroom get rid of asbestos now? That is going to be a future remove tool. It is going to be known as the asbestos removal tool. And I'm joking. I am joking. I am joking. Not, I am joking. There's not going to be an asbestos removal tool. Within Lightroom, at least. So that is quite funny though, Caroline. I mean, you could put in a request to Adobe for an asbestos removal tool. That would be hilarious. That on Sneaks Next Max, they come out with an asbestos removal tool. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. Alright, let's bring down our highlights. Open up our shadows. I will do it on April the 1st. Now, I am thinking about the printing. And, I need to get the white balance. I'm thinking about printing, so I'm making things a little bit brighter normally than what I would. Let's find a neutral gray.
I'm sorry, I'm sure it's in here somewhere.
I'm telling you, YouTube. It never used to give me ads. I don't want to turn off the music. Because I know it's nice to have. Tell you if it continues. All right. Now, let me double check here. So at this point, I changed our ISO. I jumped up. Oh. Did I already stop shooting? Okay. So I am looking for noise, and you're going to find noise in the darkest spots. And I'm not seeing horrible noise. Of course, we can use the denoise if we want to. Let's jump into our go in. We'll hit denoise. See how it does. I love the denoise. Does a wonderful job. The good thing is we don't have to worry about using super resolution or anything like that. Yeah, that's cool. I'm digging that. All right, let's get into our transform. We need to make sure that this pillar is straight. I said this pillar is straight. There we go. We're gonna make this cabinet straight. And let's make the base straight. Go. Little tools like this, I absolutely love. I love in Lightroom. I am wondering how it will do with removing those reflections. So I want to remove those lights. Go ahead. That. I don't care about the other reflections that we've got going on. Let's do this. I'm just more concerned about the light that's hitting this. Let's check our variations here. I think I like 2. Nope, I like 1. Okay, we're gonna call that good. We're gonna do a big one here. And for this, I am using generative AI. That's not bad. I like that even more. I like that even better. Okay, now we've got shelving. Let's do both. And this award back here. Let's see how it does. We'll remove. It made it flat. It did good on the shelf. I'm gonna call it good. So that's the before. That's the after. I'm gonna call that good. For what we're doing, yeah, we're gonna call that good. Normally I would remove the box, but I don't know what's in the box. The playing cards, I actually like the playing cards. That white dot needs to be removed, so let's turn that off. Just that. Again, how much do I really want to take? I don't really care about the pole lean. Distractions. Caroline says that's pretty good. Yeah, I think it is. One thing that we can do is we can come into our crop and unlock. Oof, Mafu, hello.
Shisaki Mafu, you just redeemed Big Boom.
Oh, hold on, let me do this. Thank you, Mafu. Wake up, wake up, wake up. There we are. How you doing, Mafu? Okay, so what we can do is we can just crop this in like so. We could even crop up. Even go in here, because none of that is of any importance. We don't care about the floor. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So let's go ahead and close that down. Looking for distractions. I'm not seeing any. One thing I do want to do is we're going to brighten up this up here. So let's go in and let's get a mask. Let's do an object. We are going to do, see how it selects it. Oh, look at that selection. So good. Okay, so we are going to increase that, and we need to add the contrast back in. We need to add saturation back into it. We're going to darken a bit of the blacks, and let's increase the whites on that. Let's go ahead and zoom out. And so as you can see, that's without, that's with. I am liking that. That is popping. A bit much, yes. Whoa. But I don't mind, to be honest. Okay, so let's get back in. One quick second, everybody, to check something out. Okay, sorry. I just got a notification and I needed to make sure if it was of importance. Okay, we're back. We're back. Moving on. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's add a little bit of texture, a bit of clarity. We're gonna add a bit of vibrance. And let's go in. Let's get it sharpening. And holding down the control key for the option key for the mask. Bring that over. All right, let's keep going. All right. Now here, definitely going to be doing some cropping. Let's get the cropping going to begin with. I want get rid of that. Actually, before I crop, let's reset. Let's get into transform. Let's make sure everything is set first. So transform, we need to make sure that this roof line is straight. We want to make sure our cabinets are straight. And let's do this center cabinet. There we go. Now we've got all of that straight. That's good. Let's put back that tool. Let's get into our crop. We are still unlocked, so get rid of that electrical. We are getting rid of... Let's get rid of all of that. Let's take it, leave the doorway into the kitchen. Let's get rid of to that. Let me change the overlay. We don't care about the floor. We're gonna call that good. Let's close that down. Now, a couple things I do want to get rid of. We are gonna use generative AI. I am getting rid of said restroom sign. Remove. Nice. Okay. This crumbled up piece of paper, I'm gonna get rid of that. Ooh, wait a minute. Gotta get rid of the reflection. Let's get rid of this brown. I don't mind the paper towels. I don't mind the fact that we have blueprints. The white is not so much of a distraction to me. I mean, we've got garbage cans. All right. Let's get into our basics. Let's bring down our highlights. I like that. Let's open up our shadows. Before I go too far, let's find a neutral gray. 23. That's nice. Ooh. Brighten up our whites. Open up our blacks. Bring in a little bit of a lot of texture, that's too much. Bring in some clarity. Add a little bit of vibrance to our plywood. I think we're gonna call that good. All right. Oh, what is straight here? To crop, let's grab our angle. Let's find out if this is straight. Okay, we're gonna. There's. I am really holding myself back from going over the top. On all of this. I really am. Like trying to clean everything up. And I know that's not. Oh. That is not the purpose here. Is not the purpose. Let me think about this for a second. I need to get a mask. Let's get linear gradient. Can I ask, if you clean all the elements, will it be harder to focus on the focal point? That is a very wise question, Mafu. And let me get back here. Okay. So here is a prime example. In the beginning of this stream, I talked about what this was for, and what it is the original building, this Veterans Hall, is going to be demolished, and a new building is going to be built in its place. And YouTube, you are done. You are... Sorry, everybody. I've got to get rid of the music. You're going to have to listen to the drone of my voice. So I was asked to document this hall, which I believe was built in like 1930 something, maybe 1939. And I was asked to document the inside of the hall, and so that my parents could actually turn it into a photo book that they will have inside the new hall, which is this here, inside the new hall. So it's mainly trying to document what the original hall looked like. And so cleaning specific things, and here, we had some crumpled up paper and whatnot. Cleaning those things up is fine. But I don't want to change how this feels. I removed the restroom sign because it's ugly. I didn't remove the garbage cans because I guarantee those garbage cans are always there. And, the members who are going to be looking at this are going to remember little details like that. Same thing here. Maybe there's always a deck of cards on this table. If I removed it, some members would be like, where'd the deck of cards go? So I'm trying to clean the image of distractions. And again, prime example here with this image, I removed a bunch of lighting that was the reflection of the lights in the windows. So this is more of a documentation than it is I am trying to make a beautiful photo. Mafu says, so the project has no focal point, but you want the viewer to look at key elements of the project. Am I understanding this correctly? Yes and no. Because obviously the focal point is where I'm trying to draw your eye. The focal, like here, it's the flag. But if I remove any of the elements of, let's say, the newspaper clippings or the photos or anything like that, it would no longer be real. It would no longer be their hall. So it's kind of one of those things of using different, I'm using different techniques to tell you or show you what the focal point is. Here, this is just an overall, of the room. This is a documentation of the room. If you wanted to zoom in and look at the photos, maybe you could. But this is, again, going to be printed. So it's kind of an overview here. Definitely these memories and the helmets and whatnot from the different wars, that's totally the focal point. But there's going to be members that are remembering playing cards, playing poker, playing whatever it is they play at this table with other members that could possibly no longer be with us. So it's the term Caroline said is I am trying to be authentic. So I think that is probably the best word. And I got to agree. I'm trying to be authentic to what is before our eyes. So I think that is probably the best way to put it. Hopefully that makes sense, Mafu. I am not seeing a ton of noise. I think I can get it in the reality context, but unfortunately not the artistic. No, this is not an artistic project, Mafu. This is a job context. This is one of those times that you are doing something for somebody, either being paid or as a favor that they can't do themselves. So it's kind of one of those things that this is an interesting conversation because we try so hard in this community to be artistic. But there's certain times that that is not needed. Let me show you something. I really didn't want to get into tangents today because I've got work to do, but let me see if I can find this. I think it's here. Yeah, okay. So again, while I was in Oregon, let's jump over here. While I was in Oregon, my mom was like, "Hey, I am trying to update this flyer that I made, and I need your help." So I had my laptop with me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I can help you." But I'm going to design this how I want to. And so it was kind of one of those things like, all right, for 83 years, they have been doing this thing called a turkey shoot. And it's not actually shooting turkeys. Don't worry. No turkeys weren't shot. But for 83 years, they've done this. This little village, everybody knows about it. All you have to do is see turkey shoot, and everyone knows. It's like, okay, good. Just tell me the time and place or the date and time. That's all they need to know. They even know where it's going to be held at. So for me to jump in and looking at what they created, what their design was, I was like, no, no. So to me, it's not the point of being artistic in the sense of I'm going to recreate and do this whole fanciful um, uh, graphic design and blah blah blah. No, it just needs to get the job done. There's times that you just need to get it done, and you need to get the information to the correct people, and that's it. That's all that matters. And so using a little bit of the little bit of graphic design skill that I have and some Adobe fonts and Illustrator, and knowing where to find some of the logos and choosing the right fonts, putting this together. And I was pretty happy with it. Again, is it over the top amazing? No. Are there problems? Probably. But at the same time, it's just getting the job done. And so that's kind of one of those things, Mafu. And that's where this falls. And I'm not, you will find as your art goes on, there is times that you need to bring it back and just get it done. And there's other times in which you can actually put your full self into it. And it's just a part of living. In this context, you'd aim to use your artistic skills to create a simplified yet readable flyer. Yeah. Yeah. Mainly it was just to get it done. Gotta get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and denoise this. It's like you have to think about this, Mafu. When you do work, and Jack Watson has worked for National Geographic, um, when you are doing work for, let's say, National Geographic, what they do is they say, and I'm just going to use photography because that's what I know. If you send an image to be used at National Geographic, they say, send me the raw file because you cannot edit the meaning of the file. You can change exposure, you can do slight enhancements of that way, but when you show the raw file and the JPEG or TIFF that you end up sending, raw file, not thought, raw. All right. We have different cameras have different file formats. Yes, raw like that. All right. Where do we want to go? Where have I been recently? Malta. Okay. I'm going to give you a little bit of my workflow. First off, when I travel, I have my raw images and I end up loading my SD card into Lightroom Classic. I have Lightroom Classic write a file folder to the folder Malta, and it's called RAW. So these are all of my raw images that are going to be 100% never touched. The fact that I opened that is so rare. I tell Lightroom Classic, take all my raw images and put them there. I do not shoot in JPEG. I do not shoot in TIFF. I shoot raw because it gives me the biggest dynamic range and it gives me the most information. It is not compressed. JPEG is a compressed file that has been processed by your camera. I want the raw image that I can process it. So I will never, ever move, and I almost never, ever, unless I'm showing you, do I even open that raw file. It's never touched. I don't do anything with it. Lightroom Classic put it there because I told it to put it there. And these are the images that Lightroom Classic is looking at to create the images in Lightroom Classic. So raw, I've always said this, shoot raw, shoot raw, shoot raw. Now there are people with certain cameras that shoot, they will shoot JPEGs. That means you need the most square pixels possible, and that's why you prefer raw, right? Yes, it gives you the most information. So, yes. Just to make it simple. And there are phones that shoot raw now. There are yeah, we're going to leave it at that. There are people that sit there and make a big deal about, I don't want to shoot raw. It takes up too much space. And I'm like, learn from my mistakes. For the love of God, learn from my mistakes. I've got hundreds and hundreds of photos that are useless now because I shot JPEG. and I edited them destructively. I was not using Lightroom Classic way back when. And so all of those images now are toast. Absolutely toast. And I am disappointed. That's one thing down. I still don't get the National Geographic example, unfortunately. National Geographic, to put it as easy as possible, they are trying to give you the correct news, the absolute 100% unfiltered information. And it does not want somebody to manipulate or to use AI in a photo. Nothing like that is allowed in National Geographic. And I would be stunned. I would be stunned if they ever change that. Stunned and disappointed. I just noticed that that's my mom down there. Hi, Mom. How you doing, Mom? Good to see you. Mama Shawn. Okay, we'll see what we can get out of this. I don't know if we're gonna like it. Elena, hello? I got a question for you, Elena. Does Jax still need to keep composition when delivering her commission? I don't know. That's something you'll have to talk to Jack about. This doesn't feel right to me. There we go. There we go. We got everything absolutely straight. No, Mafu. I love tangents and questions. I'm today. Hey, Bruce. I'm just really trying to get things done, to be honest. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to take a moment and enjoy a tangent or two. There we go. Bruce, I hope you're doing well. Now, again, I have removed some of this debris. So I need to remove it again here. So let's do that. Let's remove the reflection. Go ahead. We're going to call that good. Let's remove the brown bag because I removed it before. I see that there's ads. I'm going to continue working. All right, let's get into our details. Denoise. For those of you showing up, oof. I'm doing okay, Bruce. I feel like maybe I got something going on. Me, one moment, please. Let me mute that. Um, I fear I may be getting sick. I hope that I'm not. Mrs. Shawn is feeling pretty rough. Oh, ad break. All right. Well, Mrs. Shawn is feeling pretty rough and has actually stayed home today again. So I'm just hoping I don't catch the cold. All right. Think. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that one. Um. All right. We are gonna do some batch editing here. So we're gonna grab these. Let's grab these. Let's hit D for develop. We have auto sync on. I'm gonna have to denoise. I'm gonna denoise all of them. This may take a couple minutes. I've never tried the denoise on an auto sync. Welcome back, Bruce. Okay, estimated 2. All right. So it's doing all 7 photos at once. Bruce was asking how's Mrs. Shawn. Woke up feeling rough today, so decided to stay home and not go into the office and get everybody sick, which is really smart. Also, hopefully I'm not getting anything. So we are wishful thinking. I'm streaming today. I know today is my off day. I'm streaming today because I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow or Friday. I'm trying to get these done. I'm here now. Welcome back, Elena. I'm trying to get these images done so I can get them sent off to client mama. Yeah, so this is going to be my last stream. I will be streaming on Adobe Firefly Discord with Jack today and tomorrow. But we are doing documentation of a Veterans Legion Hall, or the American Legion Hall, American Veterans. So it's kind of a continuation from Veterans Day, which is nice. Okay. Sending positive vibes. Thank you, Bruce. We are at 63%, and if I was doing this on my Mac, it would have probably blown up the stream. Oh, and anybody showing up right now, I have the music turned off because YouTube won't stop sending freaking commercials. So we've got no music right now. While this is going, let's go ahead and jump on over to. Can I jump to the Discord? Wow, I cannot. Okay. It's saying you can't do anything. Alrighty then. Letting this one go, letting it go, letting it go. Almost 97%. Come on, come on, come on. 100%. Boom. Okay, so we've denoised all of our images. That is good. Let's go ahead, take a look at some basics. Since this is the same room, it should end up doing everything to all 7 images. We can get them to look the same. It's like got a pretty good gray. Yep, that's pretty good gray right there. The camera does a pretty good white balance, I must say. Increase our whites just before the clipping. We can open up our blacks like that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to add a little bit of texture, a little bit of clarity. You can add a bit of vibrance. And let's get into our detail. Let's come in here. Let's do about an 80 on our sharpening. And bring that in. Okay, so everything is done. Let's confirm. Let's turn. Yeah, I like that. That is, so we just knocked out 7 images very quick. And why do I have 2 of the same ones? Let's see. Let us see. Okay, we need to get rid of this one. Let's move that to 1 star. Now, just to confirm, we're going to get in here. We're going to hit D for develop. Now, I don't have multiple images selected. So as you can see, there's no sync button. Oh, lower thirds. Lower thirds. How very lower thirds. Okay. There's no sync button down here. So we're not worried about that. We can just make any little adjustments that we need to. Like we need to get in, not there. Let's jump into our transform. Let's make sure that everything is straight. This pillar needs to be straight. And we want to make our refrigerator, even though it's probably not straight, try to make it straight. And let's see what else. Let's make the bar straight. Maybe this might be a mistake. Yeah, that's a mistake. Command Z. Perspective that I was at. Maybe go with the top. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Okay. Now I'm just looking to see if there's any big distraction. Elthing, hello. Welcome in. It's good to see you. We are doing some documentation of a veterans hall. Let's get rid of that one. That one's bothering me. Let's do the roof line. There we go. That's better. That's what I wanted. I don't want to do too much clean up, but on some of these, we can just turn off Gen AI and hit some of these spots. Not much. Like I said, we're documenting. We are not making better. We're just documenting. I had terrible timing. Went to send some package at a postal drop off, got home, and an hour later, I got a text saying a package I ordered showed up there. That's some rough timing right there. Okay, moving on. We're going to be doing the same thing. Let's make sure everything is straight. First off, here. Bam. That. This is close to the edge. We need to make sure that this is straight. And we need to make sure that this bar is straight because it's not looking good. I got my first softbox waiting for me. What'd you get? Is it an Octobox? Is it a what'd you get? I got an That's okay. What kind of light goes in it? uh 35 by 9-inch strip light. Ooh, Bowman's mount. Nice, 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 nice. I've got one of those. Did I only have one? Hmm. I went through a pretty big kick there when I was buying every single type of freaking softbox I could find. I mean, I have quite a collection. But, that's pretty typical of, can't find it. I don't like that. Let's delete it. Give it this column here. There we go. Yeah, that feels better. I prefer strip lights over square ones, but haven't tried an octo yet. So interesting. I've got 2 squares that I use for streaming that I put constant 5,000 Kelvin LED bulbs in. So I've got square. I went with some pretty big octos. The strip lighting, that's for backlighting and whatnot that I really enjoy using that for. I mean, they all have different uses, but at the same time, you get away with a reflector and a nice curtain. But at the same time, I have done. I know I don't have it up right now. Um, I was doing a job myself and another photographer. The other photographer brought me on to help him. We were shooting a huge complex, and it was for an annual party, and we ended up using four, five, 48-inch, so 4 foot octo boxes. I mean, there was, I don't know, 100 and some odd people. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. It was a learning experience, to say the least. A lot of testing. Okay, let's keep going. What do we got here? Okay, let's keep going with our transform. No, not our crop. Not worried about cropping. I enjoy turning the strip light for horizontal and getting a nice main light. Okay. All right. Going for speed, people. I'm telling you, that's one of the things that I absolutely love when it comes to using Lightroom, is using the batch editing or the syncing, especially if you're doing something like what Elle and I are talking about when you are doing studio shoots and you pretty much have everything the same. You've got the same lighting, you've got everything is good to go. And you're able just to jump through and knock those out. Okay, okay, okay. Uh, Now this is, hold on really quick. How are they using the photo, Shawn? Good question, Bruce. So let me get out of here really quick. So this, okay, here is the front of the hall. It was built in like, does it say someplace? I don't know, 1939, something like that. 1937. It was built at sometime around that. So that's what it looks like. It is being torn down, and bring this up. This is a rendering of the new hall that's going to be there. So the way that these photos are going to be used is I was asked to document the inside of the hall, and that way there's people that can actually make a photo book that will be within the hall, in the new hall. So this is just a documentation of what the old hall was. So that's all this is. Nothing too special. So that's why I'm not shooting this like a real estate shoot. I'm not shooting this for any artistic ability or any art, anything really for me. This is for the veterans. So hopefully that makes sense, Bruce. That is a tough line to find. I don't want to say that it's going to be bigger. I don't know if they need it to be bigger. It's just, okay, let me put it this way. A gentleman, a veteran from World War II, very active within this legion, was very close to this legion, and you would recognize them if I showed you photos, but we're not doing that. Passed away. He might have been the last veteran from this hall that fought in World War II. And when he passed away, he left funds to the hall to update the hall with specific things. And what the hall came to realize is that if we added a little bit more, we could actually get an entirely new hall and tear down the old asbestos-ridden one and get a new hall. So they put it upon themselves and to raise funds and get it done. So it's not so much about bigger, better, anything like that. It's more about new and being able to deal with new stuff easier, I guess is the way. Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You know, every place all across the United States, Legion halls are losing membership. And it's kind of one of those things, whereas it's losing memberships, not because of the lack of war. They really don't know why they're losing a lot of members. Like, people are not joining. Now, who knows? Maybe in the future, people are going to see the benefits and will want to join. Yeah, we'll see what happens. This is kind of the way of the world right now. But my parents are extremely active. Ooh, good to know, Mafu. Speaking of that, okay. Click on that. Can jump on over. Oh, I closed it. Jump over here. For anybody jumping in, if you want to take part in the community challenge, Power in Art, here is all the details. That create anything celebrating the power artists have to produce an effect. Use any app or media you would like. I will be giving away a 12-month subscription to the Adobe Creative Cloud as a main prize. This is brought to you by the Adobe Community Expert Program and Shawn. The deadline is December 9th, so we have less than a month. So if you want to take part for your chance to win, you will post your work to my Discord under the challenges, Power in Art, right there. You can see I've got, well, technically I've got 3 up. I've got the intro. We've got Devlin's. Oh, I have 4. I forgot about the Power Outage. The Power Outage album cover. So I've got that one. We have Devlin's Doodles. We have Sandrine's. We have Robert's. And then I've got a weather report, the power of Mother Nature. And then I've got a flower power that I made yesterday. Kind of like how that turned out. I do. And Mafu is talking about a work in progress. So if it's a work in progress, make sure you post it into the Power in Art and let me know when it's there. We'll take a look at it. Okay. So we are dealing with the same things here. So I can select all of those. Let's jump in here. Let's hold down the Command key. Select these. We can hit D for our develop. Auto sync is on. We need to denoise these. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to denoise. And hopefully Mafu gets that. Oh, I can't. Shoot. Can I? I can. Okay. So that's denoising in the background. I see Mafu is typing. Let's go big head mode because, you know, I don't want something to pop up that's not safe for. I mean, what's not safe for Twitch? But I'm on YouTube also. Oh no. Lightroom is saying, "Hey, I'm done." I know. Oh no. Okay.
Ein Geschäftskonto, durch das Sie mehr Zeit haben?
Wie cool ist das denn?
Konto.
Oh, I got music on. Sorry about that, people. I'm like, what is that noise? Ads. Ads. We need more ads. I'm waiting on pins and needles, Mafu. Pins and needles. Okay. I think Mafu's typing a book. And we're only at 21% for Lightroom. This is a good pausing point. So I'm going to be going for another hour. I know that we have Maddie is going to be live coming up shortly. I don't know when Jane is going live, but just so you know, I have to get this stuff done. So I'm going to continue on. Okay. All right, Mafu. Work in progress. The art piece was based on the final boss in Sonic Frontiers and captures Supersonic fighting Supreme. There were many elements I wanted to consider, like adding Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Dr. Eggman, and Sage, but I couldn't find them in the composition. Please give me suggestions. Mafu, first question is, what power is this supposed to be depicting? Good versus evil. Okay, we need to discuss this first off. Wow. Okay. I mean, not that it's got to be on here, but hold on, Mafu. Oh, wait. Before you say anything, we need to start this out. We have to start this out. So the whole concept of this is a way using the term power, creating the power of an artist to create an emotion. So we have a bunch of different powers here, and I'm trying to figure out like, first off, I don't know the story, okay? So you have to, as an artist, if I don't know the story, like, I don't know who's good and who's evil. So saying good versus evil, I don't know. I honestly don't know who is who. I once asked you if supernatural works, and you said, well, okay. Supernatural powers. Or supernatural powers. And my response was the equivalent of saying yes, and it was going to have to be something like Superman, the comic book cover of Superman 1, lifting a car. The supernatural powers has to come through. Now, you, as the artist, you cannot assume that the people looking at this will know who they are, even if you don't know who they are, then you wouldn't know what their powers are. Okay. You can, Mafu, your job as an artist is to show that. You can't write it in Sonic Universe. If you gather 7 Chaos Emeralds, which I don't know what that is, you get to turn super. I love the drawing. I love the sketch. I love the fact that down here you can see you're working it out. For what the sketch is, I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm not poo-pooing it. I am just letting you know teamwork and friendship could be powers in Sonic the Hedgehog. Who's his friend? Who's the friend? Power of numbers. Power of numbers. Okay, if you can depict that this is a bad guy down here, okay, and there's a power, you've got friends, power in numbers. That is a good one. I would be like, heck yeah, I want to do a power in numbers. I could see it fall under a couple categories. Bruce, let me know. Let Mafu know. That's the whole thing is I'm not what I'm doing right now is as much as trying to explain things as well as trying to get Mafu to think about the brief. So the brief is power in art. Just like all of the challenges that we've ever done is you've got, art and light and art. We've got light. We had the circus. We've had tons of different challenges, and all of them is a part of wordplay. So I'm trying to get Mafu to think about what the brief is. Power up right there. Power up could be it. You just said you get 7 Chaos Emeralds, you get to turn super. That's a power up. So this is one of the things I want you to think about, Mafu, is I want you to actually think about the brief, which this is the brief. I want you to focus on one of these. Let it be the power of numbers, the power of friendship, the power up, and take it in that direction. I want you to focus on that. So that is what I want you to do. Good versus evil doesn't work for this challenge. It does not work for this challenge. I want you to take it in a specific direction. Okay. Okay, but in the game, they all work together to escape a world called cyberspace. Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Eggman head out to gather the Chaos Emeralds, and Sage guides Sonic to regain the true power and beat cyber corruption. Okay, that doesn't matter. The game doesn't matter. Power up, fight the power, etc. Looking great so far, just need to show the action of it. Less on a scene, more on an element. I want you to focus, figure out what it is you're trying to tell. Okay, so this is you need, not us telling you. You sketch this and oh, this is what it is. I swear I'm gonna need to restream the game with you and chat. No, I don't want to watch the game, Mafu. I honestly don't care about the game. I don't care. If I show up to your streams, Mafu, it's to see you. It's not to see a game. I don't care about the game. I'm sorry. I don't care. Just paint a portrait of the powers. I don't know what the powers are. So figure out the direction that you want to go with this, Mafu. And you have to assume that I don't know the game. Freaking let me turn the music off. There we go. So you have a series, a bunch of stuff right here, Mafu, to help you figure out what it is. Now, if you're going to do supernatural power, you're going to have to try to show it. Like in the sketch, all I see a man standing with something and the hedgehog jumping. That's all I see right now. So I'm not seeing any power per se. The power of evil? I'm not seeing it. So you have to help me see it, not by telling me. You have to let me see it with your work, with your art. So I don't know how the power of evil fits. Is this guy not evil or is he good? Because as of right now, all I see is he is in a powerful stance. Sonic, the Hedgehog, kind of looks like maybe doing a little... I don't even know what it's called. So this does not look powerful to me at all. This is not a powerful stance. I don't see power in that. So you're trying to depict power. And if that means you get 7 golden gems or whatever it's called, and you become super, show me that. I thought you could read Sonic punching or deflecting something. I don't see what is being deflected. Mafu, you are on the right track. Just focus on this, on whatever power, whatever that you... No. You don't have to scrap it. You don't have to scrap it. It's not... This is not focused to me. That's the problem. All right. Here. Let me Okay. This is a great example. Now, Devlin has wrote what these are. But, you know, even this low to max power, the unlimited flow with the ocean, higher power, this angel, Brainiac, brain power, the power up over here. These are really, really super doodles, but they're really good. The power of attraction here with the lovebirds and the magnets. We've got steam power with the jorts. Honey badger power nap. You know, one of my favorites, the power of a smile. Be the power behind the throne with the spider. So these are knowledge is power. These are like really straightforward. And so Devlin had a name, had a title, and then drew it. Here's the thing. If Devlin did the toilet with the spider, and I had to guess what the power was, I wouldn't know it, except they can add a title. Any museum you go to, there's a little box under the artwork that has the title and the artist. So if Devlin had a toilet with a spider, and I'm totally confused because I don't get it, because I wouldn't understand it. And if I read the title and it's Power Behind the Throne, oh, I would have gotten that. So that's what I'm saying is when you come up with your topic, not your subjects, but when you come up with your topic, whatever the name is, then you can actually take this sketch in that direction. So I hope that makes sense. I mean, I make the apparent become obvious. That's a great way to put it. Yes, yeah, Mafu, that's the idea. Is what resonates to you. You know? Do one of these. Or come up with your own power saying. And then show it. That's it. That's all the challenge is. That's it. I mean, I like the sketch. I like the direction that you're going. It's just feels a little unfocused right now. That's it. Can I work on a new project and update everyone accordingly? Mafu, you have 3 weeks. You have about 3 weeks, so you can do anything at all that you want. Yeah. Anything at all. Now, I am trying to help you. Yeah, that's all I ask, Mafu. I want you to try your best and have fun. And, you know, spread your wings. Do something uncomfortable. Do something different. Yeah. You don't have to do the same thing. I'm the one who doesn't understand. And I'm here to answer questions. If there's something you don't understand, ask. It's all good. It's all good. Let me switch sides. By the way, everybody, this happened a while ago, but I want to thank you, Big Boom, for everybody in chat. 100 messages. Okay, we are going to jump back into Lightroom Classic and let's get this going. We're not worried about transforming. We are worried about our exposure. So let's go ahead and open up everything. Bring down our highlights a little bit. Let's open up our whites. Let's grab a color picker. Oh, there's some gray. Maybe. That's a good gray. Ooh, God, no. No. Command Z. Come on, neutral gray. There you are. That's nice. Okay. Let's bring that up. Let's bring in some texture. Bring in a bit of clarity. Tiny bit of vibrance. And let's jump over to our details. Everything's been denoised. Let's add some sharpening. And hey, Alessandra, how you doing? Let's get that done. Update for 17 photos. Thank you very much. And if we can end up getting these done, at an update, we may be doing some doodling. Oh, Mafu, we always will cheer for you. Okay, that is all looking good. Let's go ahead. Mafu, no. Okay, wait. Hold on. Mafu, don't feel down about your work in progress.
Shadow Nita's just redeemed Doodle Game.
Wow. Stian, that came out of nowhere. Don't beat yourself up or feel down about a work in progress. That's what a work in progress is for. And we can sit there and talk about it and get ideas. And okay, I'm not going to have anything else straight. So let's do this. Don't beat yourself up. Ooh, you're only doing. All right. What in the heck? That's straight? I mean, how crazy do we want to go? And do we want to try this? This is going to be totally wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. Command Z. Yeah, let's reset that. Oof. Okay, there we go. All right, I am looking for any distractions. We've got a little piece of paper, some lint right there. I don't want to use Gen AI on it. We're going to call that good. Back to our basics. Let's add just a little bit more of a pop. There we go. Okay, next one. Let's get into our transform. Let's do an auto. Perfect. I'm not seeing anything really sticking out to me. This blue stuff, I wonder how it would do with this image. Let's go ahead. Let's grab the generative AI. Make it bigger. We're going to try it. Devlin, thank you so much. Okay, Steon says, I clicked redeem before the serious topic started. I heard doodle. Okay, Mafu says, I started working on it just the day before I got sick. I wasted too much time already. No worries, Mafu. Devlin says, I like the photo, Shawn. Been lurking since very, very early. Thank you. So you've heard the reason behind them. I don't need to explain that again. There we go. I like that one. We're going to call that good. And any other distractions? Let's go into our crop. And we're going to make sure that's unlocked. And let's just get rid of that window. A bit too bright. Okay. Let's go ahead, hit close. I like that. Moving on. Again, transform. Let's do an auto. I like it. Looking for any distraction. We have a water bottle. Now, normally, again, I did not need to use. Let's cancel out of that. Turn off. All this stuff, the rubber gloves, all this stuff here, I would have moved. I would have cleaned up. And in reality, it is not needed. It's not needed. Let's turn on the Gen AI. Do another remove here of that. I can use the tools that I have at my disposal. So there's things I'm not worried about. Is this the place that has pictures of your parents or something related to your parents? Yes. Yes. This is a veteran, the American Legion Veterans Hall that is being, eventually it's going to be taken down and a new one is going to be put in its place. And, Gen AI failed. Why did you fail? And so my parents are going to be making a book and they wanted a photo book so that way they have like what it used to look like for the members. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay. Moving on. Did we seriously lose all of that? Let's get into our basics. Oh, we did. Wow. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm hoping that we've got it someplace. But for now, let's go ahead. Let's get rid of this.
Brew Shark Digital just redeemed Big Boom.
Needed to hear that. It's just for you, Bruce. Just for you. Oof. Ooh. I don't like that. I do not like that. Let's do a little bit more cleanup there. Wow. Bruce Shaka. Oh, what was it? What was it in the basketball game, the old video basketball game? Boom shakalaka. Is that it? Boom shakalaka. All right, we're gonna bring down. Oh, we're on an ad break. They can't even hear it. That's okay. All right. Ooh, this one needs some help. Ooh, and there's some water damage. Good thing they're getting a new. I'm gonna call that one good. Not seeing any distractions right now. So that's good. Bring our highlights down a bit. Open up our shadows. Let's give overall exposure. Got a couple pieces of stuff down here. Let's zoom in. Break ends. So I think you're all back now, and you missed my boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. I think you're back though. That, or you could be over at Maddie's, which I get. Back from both. Good to know. I can't even tell what's supposed to be straight. I think we're going to call that good. All right. We're going to do a little bit of cropping here. Let's do that. This is not adding anything to the scene. Neither is the ceiling. Let's get rid of the fire extinguisher. We are not following the fire regulations. Okay, let's get into our basics. Take our highlights down a little bit more. Shadows up. There's just so much stuff here. I shouldn't have gotten rid of that fire extinguisher. Now I got to do it on everyone. No, I don't. Finally sitting down at my desk. Good day, Jack. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're feeling better. I don't know if you heard, Mrs. Shawn is now feeling like crud. And I'm really hoping I don't get it. What the rule of thumb for straightening is going to structure like walls and such. So a lot of this, normally, yes, Bruce. What it is that you want is to make sure that if you have a straight line like this on this shelving near the edge, that it's going to be straight. Now, all of this has been shot at different angles. And I don't know if this is of importance, but we're getting rid of this tag. So it's kind of one of those things like, how straight do I want it to look? But normally, if you have any type of straight line, let it be a door structure or anything of that way, you're going to want to, God, that did a good job. You're going to want things to be straight. So, looking, we've got a little bit of like as you see here, none of these frames are straight. Like, this building is so old. All right, here we go. This is a prime example. Let's go ahead, hit D for develop. We're going to go into our transform. Now, if I hit auto, that's what it does. Let's do a command Z. If I go into the guided, now I know that I want this door frame needs to be straight. This top the way that I photographed it. This is not at an angle. So this needs to be straight. And then coming over here, I want this wall because it is near the edge. I want it to be straight. So I grab that and that. So now I've got all of the edges. And if I really want to be nitpicking, I can come up here above the door frame and do another straight line, and you can see what happens. Now I'm going to go Command Z because this is actually okay. I've got these straight. I've got this by the edge straight, and we're going to call that good. Let's jump over Remove Tool, Generative AI, and let's grab this chair, and you be gone. Like you there. So let's remove that. And Jack, I will read what you wrote in a second. I feel a little better. It just hangs around. You don't feel super bad, just bad enough. It lasts forever. Oh, I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry, but I'm also being selfish because I don't want Mrs. Shawn to feel bad. But I'm sorry, Jack. I hope you feel better. Okay, let's get into our basics. Back into the basics. Let's bring down our highlights a little bit. Let's open up. This is for print, so I'm holding off taking anything until after the event tomorrow. Should I know what the event is? Is there an event? Is it our event? Which event? Oh, today's event. Okay, I'm with you now. I'm like, are you doing an Adobe Live? I mean, heck, you could come in loopy. That's fine. We'll just talk about ocean stuff all day. Jack all hopped up on cough syrup. Talking about oceans. It'd be a good event. Good event. Good event. Okay. Oh, that's going to need some work. Okay. Let's get back. We've got 3 more. Cool. Come on, take some. Just a little loopy would be okay. Just a little loopy. Okay. Actually, I don't mind that. Don't mind that. Let's go into our crop. Let's go ahead. Let's lose that. Let's lose this. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's close that. Let's increase our blacks. Let's get our contrasts. There we go. Let's increase our whites. Let's bring down our vibrance. I'm okay. All right. I do. Close. That is close. There we go. I like the little bit of panoramic that we've got going on here. That in. I took cough medicine before Monday's event, and that was a mistake. No, you just didn't do anything. It wasn't a mistake, Jack. I mean, that's the whole point of having a co-host. When you can't make it or function properly, you have a co-host that is able to jump in. You don't need to feel guilty for being sick at all. Yeah, you showed up. That's all that matters. We've got a little bit of a splash there or something. Go ahead, clean that up. See how we do on this one. I don't know how that got splashed. What's in American cough syrup? What isn't in American cough syrup? Alcohol and the most awful flavorant. We're gonna put alcohol in it to make you feel better, and then we're gonna make it taste bad so you don't want to drink it all the time. That's cough medicine. Mafu, take care. Well, Stian, are you a doctor? You a doctor? What's not in those is the question. Jack says you have to give the pharmacist your driver's license and can't buy more than one pack at a time. Oh, now you're talking about, okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about. No making meth. Freaking meth heads end up ruining it for all the people with colds. Come on. Darn meth heads. Dang, that did a good job. Unfortunately, kind of cropped out. Are you still there? No, you're not. Whoa. All right, let's get rid of that reflection. We're going to use Gen AI. Let's just come over. Y'all. Move. Stian is saying, I watched over 20 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, so kind of. All right. Sure. Behind the counter because of wait. That is fettuccine. Yeah, okay. Moving on. I just remember when I was in Boston, it was baby formula was behind the counter. Like baby formula. What are you talking about? Baby formula. They're like, yeah, they cut it. Like, wow, I am naive. Here, other than like cigarettes and stuff like that, here they have razors in German stores. Like if you want to buy a razor, a Gillette Mach 3 or whatever the heck you want to buy. But at the same time, if you want vitamins, you have to go to a pharmaceutical. Okay. We are getting close to being done. Let's jump in here. And let's hit D for develop. Let's go into transform. Let's try auto, see how it does. I like it. I do. Let's get into our crop. Let's go ahead. Rid of all the white spots. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's all good. Let's go ahead, close. Let's grab the remove tool. And for the last time, let's remove this freaking calendar. And it's hilarious that I'm complaining and it takes me 2 seconds to remove it. I'm like, come on. What the heck? People steal formulas, razors, cosmetics. Most Walmarts lock everything in San Antonio, Texas now. So, Devlin, are you serious? So, all the Walmarts everywhere in America lock everything in San Antonio, Texas? Like, how does it get there? How that is just amazing. I'm stunned and shocked on so many levels. Like, is there an actual place in San Antonio, Texas? I mean, I know the Alamo's not being used, but that you could store all that stuff? Big acrylic sheets across whole aisles and locks. I don't know if Devlin knows I'm being facetious or not. The chances are yes, she knows, and she is ignoring me. I would not be surprised. Yes, and yes, it's that crazy too. Oh, we need to denoise this. Ugh. Okay, let's denoise. It's very sad. It is sad. You know, it's frustrating and sad that things have gotten that way. And it's also really this really pissed me off. The theft of the Louvre. That really pissed me off. The worst is when I see hygiene products locked up. Like I would like some of y'all to steal some deodorant. Please take it if you need it. the idea that some people steal or for that matter destroy historical items, taking away the ability of the rest of the world to enjoy or experience those things, pisses me off, to be honest. Okay. We are on exteriors now. I'd even pay some people to get deodorant. That's go ahead, hit D for develop. Let's get into a crop. And was I smart enough? Yes, I was. Okay. Let's get crop going here. My computer says you're talking about me. PJ. General, hello there? Okay. I didn't know I was talking about you. General says, Lord Kozel, this is an unexpected pleasure. We're honored by your presence. I'm honored by your presence, General. I would register for specific gifts, General, if you were offering those presents. No, I'm trying to knock out. I got some work I have to do. I have to get this done. And I can't stream Thursday and Friday, so this is a unexpected stream for today. To say the least. Okay, let's bring down our highlights. I'm gonna bring down our exposure a little bit. Let's open up the shadows. Let's add some contrast. I have a question for you. If it's for me, Jack, go right ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's grab a sky mask and did an okay job. Let's just add a little bit of blue, just a tiny bit. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Well, very kind of you to say, General. Very kind. Okay, so let's invert this mask. So we're going to duplicate and invert the mask. Now we have our flag. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow unrelated to having a cold, but I shouldn't be late, but I might be. Do you want me to switch today's and tomorrow's event? Let me look, Jack. Let me look. Let me see. Today's marathon races. Tomorrow is partner models. No, keep it. Keep it, Jack. Perfectly fine. Keep it. We're good. That's why I asked if you want me to switch. Okay, but you made a face. I did make a face, and that's okay. I can make faces. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of saturation. Let's bring in a little bit of whites there. And yeah, subtle. I like that. That is the face, Devlin. That is the face. You are correct. I don't want to do too much to this. They need a new POW flag. They do. Okay. Let's see what we've got going on. Not yet. We have those. All right, still here. So I'm trying to knock these out. Let's go in. Let's do an auto. That is that straight? I think it's straight. just to be on the safe side that it's straight. There we go. All right, let's get in. Let's get rid of that up there. Everything else looks good. Let's close. Let's get into the remove tool. And I don't, hopefully we don't need generative AI for this. Yeah, that works for me. Any spots? Nope, nope, nope. I think we're going to call that good. Let's get into our basics. Bring down our highlights. Bring up our whites. Let's get to our vibrance. We're going to add a pop of vibrance right there. Let's bring in some texture, some clarity, and I actually like the cracks in the sign themselves. Let's add a bit of contrast to it, and let's get into some sharpening. And let's sharpen that up. Bam. Bam. Okay, so we are on the exteriors. Let's see. Is that the HDR? That's the HDR. I don't like it. I don't like it. What else do we have? We've got the fronts. We got that side. Yep. Okay. Let's take that. Let's get rid of that HDR. We don't need it. So we've got 5 more photos. These are all pretty close to the same lighting. Let's select them all. Let's select this one is going to be our starting. We're going to hit D for develop. As you can see down here, I do have my sync, auto sync is lit up. So that means it's going to do all 5 photos, which is going to be good. I'm not going to do a transform. Let's just go ahead and start with maybe an auto. Ooh, that's not bad. Okay. Let's add a little bit of texture. And add a little bit of clarity. Let's bring down our highlights even more. Let's add a little bit more contrast there. Yeah, I'm digging that. Okay. Quick and easy, quick and easy. Let's go into our details. Let's add our sharpening. Let's add our masking in right there. Okay, now let's hit grid. Update those images. And I think they're updated. So let's do this individually. Come on now. There we are. Let's click on that. Let's hit D for develop. And we need to make sure everything is straight. Maybe just do an auto. Ooh, that didn't work. Command Z. Let's just make the flag pole straight. You sync lights up. What color? Color is the water? Okay. Auto sync, your sync lights up. I got you, PJ. Being witty and stuff. Just take that in a bit. Let's take this side in just a bit. Close. Jump over here. Now that one did not, did you? Wow. You need some work. You need some work. So let's go ahead, do an auto. Is someone going to use the Legion building photos in a print layout? They are going to be making a photo book that is going to be going into the new Legion. So if I go ahead, as you can see, I'm working on the photos from the front. Here is a rendering of the new Legion Hall that's going to be built right there. So that is going to be the new one. And I don't know if I'm going to be making the photo book or somebody else is. I don't know that extent yet, but it is possible. Am I offering to make it? No, I am not. What? Freaking bird photo bombing. Come on. I do not fear the dark exposure as you do. I like the dark exposure. Look at these mushrooms. Look at all these mushrooms. You think it rains in Oregon? Just a bit. Okay. Let's do a copy. Lens blur effect details on it. I like all of that. I don't like, well, me. Okay, let's keep going. Is that it? Nope, one more. Right? That's the last one. That's the last one. So let me think here. Do I want to remove that wire? It's not really. Dun 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 dun. Detect objects, reflection, people, dust. I think for this project, I think I have to leave it. I don't like that sign. Why does that just not look straight? Well, the building is, the flagpole's not. Oh, it's an old building. All right. We are done. We are done. We knocked out 42 images. Thank you, Lightroom Classic. Thank you. Okay. Are we doing the doodle? Stian, are you still here? I can ship those off this week. So that is good. Let's get Photoshop open. Classic, you can close. Okay, you redeemed it, Stian. Oh, working at the same time. All right. Okay, I need water. So, ads are going to be in 20 minutes. I can wait. Doodle 3. Seriously? What happened to all my doodles? Did I not? Jeez, I didn't save them. Oof. Thank you for that, Stian. All right, well, I guess I didn't save them. Bummer. Bummer, dude. Okay. Let's hit B for brush. There we go. I like it. Command Z. Let's get over here. Let me get our generator up. Okay. We're going to start with easy, making sure General's not cheating. Can't see anything. Making sure General's not looking over my shoulder. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, YouTube, you are just making me mad.
Von den Maîtres Chocolatiers von Lind.
Yeah, I just gotta turn it off. They're playing so many freaking commercials. Okay. You speak French, General? All right, here we go. Ready, everybody? A kitty cat, a badger, a frog, a tiger, a puma, a lynx, a raccoon, a dog. Somebody was really close. Somebody was really close. They're just a mountain lion, a jaguar, a cougar, a leopard in leotards, a house cat. Okay, well, we've got the house cat, but what kind of cat? What is it? A tomcat? A vampire cat? A saber-toothed cat? A hungry cat? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe. A bobcat? No. A cat in trouble? A forest cat. You said a house cat. What other kind of house cats are there? An indoor cat? A putty cat? A feral cat? Okay. What's on the right? Don't worry about what's on the right. A meme cat? A looking cat? A curious cat? A mouser? So one cat is big and the other cat is smaller. What is a small cat called? My God, Devlin. Oh, Devlin. Moving on. You are right, Shadow. Stian. Devlin did say kitty, but did Devlin say kitten? No. Oh, General, that would have been a good idea. That would have been a good idea. All right. Oh, why? How is this medium hard? Strict but fair. Gotta be. Gotta be. Maple Glades, hello. We just finished up work editing 42 images, and now we're in the downhill of today's stream where we're doing a little bit of a doodle game. So if you want to join, please feel free. Put your guesses in chat. Here we go. Anxiety. Devlin. Oh, wait. Maple Glades. Got it with pie. Holy cow. Okay. Coming in hot. Maple. I'm doing this with a mouse. I don't have my Wacom set up. How is pie medium? How? I don't know. But good job, Maple Glades. Coming in. Coming in on fire. On fire. Okay. You know what's next, people? Let's see. Let's kick it up to very hard. Really hard. And oh, we're going to do this. We are going to do this. Yes. Yes. This is going to be so hard. Okay. Here we go, people. This is very hard. So, Sea Monster Island Palm Tree. Yep. Okay. Okay. We're on the right track. We're on the right track, everybody. You're doing great. You're doing good. Okay. We've established. What we've got going here. Oh my God, General. No way. No way. Holy crap. Oh my God. Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm just making sure nobody else got it. I cannot believe. I was going to make a soccer ball. I was going to do the whole thing. Oh my gosh, General. Absolutely. Bruce. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And Devlin came in. How you came in not far
Boom
back.
Shark Digital just redeemed
Oh.
Big Boom.
That's jeez. I cannot believe that. Like seriously. Castaway. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised since it's a movie. Okay, so General set it at 15:50, 29 seconds, and Devlin set it at 35 seconds. 6 seconds later. I'm blown. Tough ones are my specialty. I only have a 10-second delay. That's amazing. Amazing. Wow. Wow. I thought for sure the soccer ball was going to be needed. Okay. You all are going to give me so much grief for this one. All right. Here we go. A marshmallow. Glue. Bruce. Okay. Elmer's glue. I see you all. Super glue. Wood glue. A dowel. A lighter. Yeah, making sure nobody's got it. Oh, Devlin's got it. Glue stick. I didn't even see that glue stick. Lipstick, we did that before. I was about to draw a stick. So Devlin got that one. Bam. All right. And we're going to do one more. One more. Just for fun. Because we can. All right. Let me jump over here. And we're sticking with hard. Oh. Okay. Oh my God. I don't think I can do this one. I don't think I can do this one. There might be a... Oh, I don't think I can do this one. Do we want to end on a hard one? Let's end on a hard one. Okay. You all have surprised me before. Call Uma. I don't know. General's been getting them. All right. Okay. This is a tough one, people. A cave? Okay, okay. We're getting there. Buckle, caveman, clasp. Okay. Hibernation. Okay. What is another name for that? A den? Okay, den. Den. Stian said den. What is this person doing? Dungeon? Denmark? Okay. We're going to continue on. Density. Oh my gosh. Devlin. Density. Den, sit, or city. Density. I had no idea how to get that one. Woo! Woo! Good job. Holy snikes. Okay, I can't end on that one. Oh. Just like my head, high density. Okay, this one's going to be super easy. You all are going to love it. This is a perfect one to end on. And I don't know, I can't believe this is hard. So, here we go. Angles. A pizza. Cake. A calendar. Wow, I went off the rails. Commercials? Oh, commercials. We're going to keep going. And we'll do one more. We'll do one more. A grill, novelty tourist item, a passport, chess, general. Okay, we're gonna wait until people are back and we'll do one more because that's not fair to do one with ads. Good job, General. I think Devlin probably knew it was chest about 10 minutes ago, but good job. All right, we've got 3 seconds left of ads. So once everybody gets back, more. Oh, Devlin, that's funny. The density, it actually, you got auto modded. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're going to do one more because that's not fair to end with people at commercials. Do a super easy one where only wrong answers are allowed. Oh, that's not fun. That's not fun. We're doing another one. We're doing one more because of you had breaks. Okay. All right. Here we go. Last one, people. A toilet bowl ring. Well, am I supposed to be drawing what you're saying? A 3D model. A frying pan. Bruce nailed it. I was about to draw an egg. We got Bruce. Good job. And frying pan. There we go. Okay, let's do a command save. Yeah, save it. I guess I'm hungry. Me too. Me too. Okay, everybody. So we're going to be, Jack and I are going to be live in the Discord Firefly Discord. We're going to be talking about marathons. No idea what we're going to be doing with marathons, but we're going with marathons. So make sure that's going to be in about an hour and a half. Last chance to switch events? No, we're good, Jack. We're good. Let's go big head mode here. Actually, let's do this. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. I know it was a weird day. I was trying to get some work done, and I succeeded. One of the rare times that I edited more than 3 photos in a 2.5 hour stream. Well, I streamed for 3 hours, but anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out with me. I will not be back till next Tuesday. Knock on wood, knock on density. And I think that's all we've got. There is Adobe Live tonight. Yeah, that's all I got. So everybody, thanks for hanging out. Stay safe, stay creative. And I would raid, but you're probably already in Maddie's stream anyway. But we can raid. We could raid. Nah, we're not going to raid. We're done. All right. See you all later. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay creative, and just be nice. Bye, everyone.